Okay. Hello. Okay. There we go. Ah, okay. Thank you for notifying folks back over here. Great day. Sorry, guys, I had to drop to rejoin because I didn't have any sound. I'm hoping everybody joined back because they was coming in real quick. Um, Thank you guys for joining. Invite others. Come on, let's follow, share, invite others. Yeah, I had to drop. I didn't have any sound. Hold on, let me get our music going. All right, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. How was y'all weekend? How was y'all weekend? The week prior, I didn't even come on last week to go live. Hi, my friend. Hi, come on in. Yeah, I had to drop because I didn't have any sound, but now I'm back. So we're going to go ahead and get started, right? And hopefully the ones that joined in will come back in. I noticed Action Jackson was liking my last live. He was liking it a lot, and I thank you so much. But I had to drop because there was no sound, so I really appreciate that. So you guys go ahead and like, share, follow, okay? So I am back. I had to take a week off because I had to get my mind right. So, as a motivational speaker, we worry about other people. We don't fix ourselves. Kind of like hairstylists. They do everybody else's hair, but then they don't get to their hair. Just like stylists. They walk around looking like foolish, with jogging pants, t-shirt on while they're styling everybody else to get all the flavor, right? So that's the same thing with therapists, life coach, guidance counselors, that's the same thing with us. We pour into others, right? And we pour enough into ourselves that it can sustain us, but we don't pour enough that will keep us. We just pour enough to sustain us to keep going to fill in for other people. So that's one of the messages for today. As I always say, pour into yourself, then pour into others. You guys like, please share and follow. So that's the most important thing that we're going to talk about in this season. This is the season when we want to tell everyone, or get everyone that gift. So Action Jackson. So I wanted to say thank you for the likes in the last live. What happened is I didn't have any sound, so I had to start over. So thank you so much. Okay, so you guys continue to like, share, follow. Let's get it going. So listen. So in this season, it's all about, we people made it all about other people. We made it all about who can I be in this season? Meaning, can I be big auntie that can give the best gifts? Can I be the best mom to give my kids the best gift? Can I be the best husband to give my wife and my kids the best gift? Who can I be in this season? No one is being themselves in this season. We pretend to be Santa Claus in this season. We pretend to be God in this season. We pretend to be the people that we know other people need in this season. So therefore, we take ourselves out. And when we take ourselves out, right? We take ourselves completely out, meaning that I don't need anything. My job is to pour into you. This is something that we tell ourselves, and we've been taught this over the years of us growing. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the shares, and thank you so much, Car for the follow. Listen. So we tell ourselves all the time, we got to do, oh, I don't have enough money for this. I got to give. And this is making me sad because I can't do this and I can't. And we're not focusing on what's the most important part of this whole season. The whole most important part of any time family come together is love. We've taken the love out. We've taken the love and thrown it away because it's not about love. Love has become a materialistic thing now. Love has become a thing that is just material. If you can give me something, I love you. I love you until I don't. I love you until, you piss me off. I love you conditionally. We took the unconditional love out. Even as parents and even as children, we take the unconditional love out because it's all about us. And what we've been taught all these years of growing up was to be self-centered and selfish. Thank you, Car, to be self-centered and selfish. And we become self-centered and selfish, not on purpose, Not on purpose all the time. Sometimes it's mistakenly done, and it's mistakenly done because you become spoiled. So parents, we spoil our children. We give them any and everything. They don't have to work for anything. So when they become older and they get into society, they become self-centered because it's always been about them. So then you have your sons that you raised, and they get into these women's lives, and they come in like, hey, it's about me. What's up with me? And or you raise these daughters, father, you spoil your daughters, and then you put them out there in the world, and then they go to the man. It's like, what about me? It's all about me. And the man is like, okay, I get it's about you, but I got feelings too. But then when he say he has feelings, that woman say, oh, you a simp, oh, you this, and oh, you that, and oh, why. Is it really that? Or is it because you were raised to be self-centered and selfish? And not even knowing that you self-centered or selfish, because it's always been about you. In this season, let's take it back to when it was. See, when our parents and our grandparents, they didn't celebrate Christmas like we celebrate Christmas now. They celebrated Christmas. When my mom told me the story, they was excited to get fruit. Fruit. Can you imagine wrapping an orange up, or your kids waking up to an orange and you saying to them, Merry Christmas? Yeah, they're going to throw that orange right back at you. They about to have a fit because we taught them that in order to have a great Christmas, you have to have the best of everything. See, when our parents was growing up, orange, having fruit, having pecans, having things like that. And oh boy, if you get a toy, see, their Christmas considered of getting a pencil, school supplies, the necessities. Because it was all based on love. See, back then, everything was based on love. Love. Love is the highest gift of all. God blessed us with that. So even in the mix of everything that was going on, even with everything that was going on, the racism or whatever was going on, in that family unit, it was love. They were teaching their children how to love. But we'll go forward. Now, our parents got into the workforce. Some of them left the South, migrated to up north where they got good jobs, stable jobs, jobs that they could provide. See, that's when it happened. They broke that generational curse of they can't have. But what they did was added another curse to it. See, this is the thing. In these seasons, when we're breaking curses, it's easy to break a curse. Let me explain to you how. It's by doing the opposite of what has been done for years. It's that simple. You have to be mind strong for that. You have to be real strong-minded for that. So when you break that curse, what you don't want to do is throw another curse on top of it. So here's the thing. I broke the curse. I broke the generational curse on my family. And then what I look like adding another curse on top of it, meaning like this, let's get it right. Well, I break the curse of poverty. We're never going to, be without again. I'm going to make sure of that. But then I add the curse of I ain't doing nothing for nobody. I'm only taking care of me and mine. That's it. Everybody else can. Now I just added another curse on that. Because in order to be blessed, you have to bless others. So now what I just did was took my bloodline back into another curse, meaning that now that you guys will not be in poverty, I'm going to put you in poverty in a different way. Because in the next season, this is going to be the season when you need someone. But I just taught you don't need nobody. Do you understand? So what we want to do going forward, we're not making New Year's resolutions. We're not doing any of that because we're better than that. That's what the enemy wants you to think, that you're only good enough for a resolution, meaning that it's temporary, meaning that when you start it, you will quickly finish it. Quickly, meaning that you're going to quit. And he knows these things. That's why he gives it to you. That's why he plants it in your head. That's why he made the word. Getting this resolution. This is what you're going to do. You're going to lose the weight. Well, what you need a resolution for that? Why do you need a deadline for that? You get your own deadline. Everything starts within you. See, when you start to love yourself, you just automatically do better because you want to do better. You don't just do better because you feel like, oh, well, everybody else is doing it. If you're doing it because everybody else is doing it, then you are already dead wrong, sis. You're already dead wrong, bruh. You got to do it because this is what you want to do. You got to do it because this is what makes you happy. Because when you start to love yourself, you're going to exude that. It's just automatically you're going to attract to things that fit you. You love now. You love, so your mindset is going to change. You're going to love. You're not going to eat just to be eaten because it was taught to you. When you're sad, eat. When you're frustrated, eat. When you're going to love yourself to know that, hey, that's not healthy for me. Hey, I'm not even hungry. So you're going to be able to talk to yourself without knocking yourself. And that's the problem. We knock ourselves. We talk to ourselves, but then we knock ourselves. Hold on. I'm sorry, I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want to be disturbed right now, because I want to make sure that you guys understand in this season what we're going to be doing. In this season, what we're going to be doing is doing nothing but loving each other. Thank you guys for liking. I ask that you share and I ask that you follow. But in this season, we're going back to the love. I love me. It's not about the gifts. Do you know that you're being used? And you don't even know that you're being used. You're being used. People call you because you give the best gifts. People keep up and keep tabs on you because they know at the end of the year you're going to give a great gift. People only come around because they know if they come around, you're going to take care of them. Haven't you not figured out who you are yet? To these people, hey, Key, what's up? Happy holidays. I was thinking about you the other day. I said, you know what? I told this girl all her business. I just got on here and was like, hey, y'all give a shout out because she's living in such and such. I'm so sorry for that, but I had to think about that, right? I'm just excited for you. That's all. No harm. But listen, let's get back on topic. You need to understand who you are to people. And then you'll start understanding that who you really are, your purpose does not match the alignment of those people. And when you realize what your purpose is and who you really are, and then you look at what people think that you are, right? It's not going to match. So here's an example. Well, people labeled me as, if you need something, call Coach Nye. You need some money? Call Coach Nye. Hey, if you done spent all your money, your bill money and everything that's going on, you pick up that phone and call 1-888 Coach Nye, because she's always going to be there. You need to trauma dump? Call Coach Nye. You need some money, somewhere to lay your head, someone that's not going to judge you, somewhere that's going to pick you up, fix you up, send you back out there, have your back, and allow you to disrespect them. Call Coach Nye. Because in those times, I was living in very low vibration. So people felt the need that they could disrespect me whenever they wanted to. And it's not because I was naive, I didn't want to disrespect. It's just that I knew who I was and I had a mouthpiece on me. And I'm telling you, I was real quick with my hands. So I knew where it will end up. See, I knew me, but you didn't know me. So I allowed a lot of things to slide. And the reason why I let it slide, because I got a lot to lose. Is it worth it in that moment for you to get beat up and get introduced to me? No, it's not. So at the end of the day, I had to step back, stay quiet, while these people thought that they were getting over on me. And it's okay. But what happened when I disconnected that 888 number? Huh? What happened when I changed it to 555, which we all know that means change? When it changed it to 555. Yeah. So I changed it to 555. Guess what? Now everybody feeling the type of way. You got a couple of people that was just like, oh, she acting funny now. You got some people that was just like, they just showed their real colors. They didn't care. They never cared in the beginning, so why would they care now? You got some people that just said, you know what? Maybe I am the problem. And those were the ones that was selfish unintentionally, did not know, mistakenly, I guess. They were just raised, as we talked about, of that curse that was broke. Oh, we're never going to be in poverty. But I'm not doing for nothing for nobody but except for it's me and mine. Right. Accountability. So they really looking at, okay. So everybody's not a bad person. It's just the way they was raised. So these relationships you get in, you have men that just get in a relationship with a woman and they just treat the woman any kind of way, and they go from the next woman to the next woman to the next woman. But you, my friend, you sat around and you like, but I can see the potential in him. He's not a bad person. And he may not be a bad person. He just don't understand what he doing is wrong. Now, how do you know that, coach? Now, that man grown, he know what he doing is wrong. Well, not all of them. See, some of them is just special needs. Some of them they just special. But there's others that don't realize that what they're doing is wrong because this is how they were raised. This is how granddaddy did it. This is how my daddy did it. My mom and my dad, just a little slow. My mom and my dad was married for 30, 40 years. And my mom do this and it just seems like it's nothing. My aunts do it. We are all still doing it, so I don't understand why this woman is not submissive to me. If she's not submissive to me, that means that I don't need her. I need to go find me a woman that's going to be submissive. And then they keep jumping to woman, not realizing, why would I be submissive to somebody that can't even lead? Hello, let's talk about it. You can't lead me. What am I submit to? What art thou submitted to? What am I submitting to? You got to give me something to submit to. Women, you sit around and you say, well, he didn't open my door. I got to find somebody else. Oh, no, he ain't spending no money. I got to find somebody else. But ladies, the man, you keep jumping from the different ones because you're looking for something. Why? Well, when she grew up, what happened is she seen her mom. Her dad took care of her mom. Her aunties, men would give her auntie money. But she not understanding at what cost. What cost did she have to get them $40? But I'm just joking. But at the same time, I'm not joking. You don't understand. See, it's levels to this thing. You can't just see things as it is and then just jump to it like this is how it's supposed to be. No. Maybe you need to go within and understand what it possibly could be. I'm funny, but listen. What man, hello, young lady, let's talk about it. You want him to take care of you and do this, that, and the other. But what can you do? What can you do? If he went and got you a home, can you take care of the home? Can you cook? So these are the type things you got to look at, right? Exactly. Can this man give you the money? Can you double it? Let's talk about doubling that money. Because everybody talk about being a Proverbs 31 woman. That's what it talks about. If he's give you this money, if he give you the things that you need, can you double it? Can you invest it? What can you do to make the family prosperous? You can't do any of those things. So why you want a man that can take care of you? If he took care of you, and then what? Then what? No. Same way with men. Submissive for why? For why? What am I submissive for? It's no reason for me to be submissive. It's nothing that you're leading. You're not bringing me anything to multiply. Women, he's bringing you something to multiply and you dividing it. So stop asking for things, right? But you got to also understand, like I said, some people are this way because they don't know any better. Car, I seen your message. Thank you. They don't know any better. They haven't been taught better. And it's okay. But who are you to knock that person? In this season, we're leading with nothing but love. I don't want to hear nobody talking about we're in the new year, My resolution. We're not doing resolutions. We're just doing better. We're not being the greatest. We're going to be the best version of ourselves. We're not going into the season of I know it all. We're going into the season of what can I learn differently? What can I do differently? In this season of all my chaos that went on or that's going on in my life, because guess what? Some of y'all gonna carry on some chaos into your life. Don't sit and listen to these people when they get on TikTok and their social medias and say, in 2025, this gonna be your year. We leaving all the old in the back and we are moving forward. We ain't taking this and we ain't doing this and we ain't with all that bad English. Guess what? If you got some unresolved issues that you have not resolved in 2024, guess where they going? Trekking along with you to 2025. Yes, it is. Gonna be right there stuck to you. Ready to rock, ready to roll. Because you rocking, it's rolling. Because you haven't resolved it. How do you resolve an issue? I don't know. What is the issue? Well, here's a quick way to resolve it. If you're so eager if you take things into the new year, it's going to be bad luck. If you're so stuck on that, then let's talk about how to resolve it. Can you change it? No, you can't. If you answer no, then leave it where it's at. Just stop. Stop investing in it. Meaning that don't give it no more thought. Meaning that this is what you need to tell yourself. Every time you think about whatever situation that is, meaning that you can't change it, whether it's a relationship, friendship, a thing, place, or whatever it is, this is what you tell yourself to resolve that. Because if you can't change it, why are you dwelling on it? What you keep reminding yourself every time your mind shifts into that thing, what you're going to say is this. Right now, I'm in the present. Right now, I am in the present. Right now, in the present, right now, what is going on? I'm peaceful. I have no drama. I have no mess. Right now, in this 1 second moment, present time right now, I am okay. My children are good. My bills are paid. I'm breathing. And that's what you're going to keep bringing yourself back to the present. Because when you start thinking, that's called anxiety. Meaning that your future, thinking of the future. Well, you can't, what you worrying about the future for? You got to be in the present so you can get to the future. But if you don't already jump to the future, you're not handling what needs to be handled in the present to get to that result or that goal. So if you got a goal of you're going to be a millionaire and you done already future friend and you already out there, ain't no future in your front. We'll talk about that another time because some of y'all probably too young to know what that is. Thank you for the follow. But listen, you worrying about what's out there. We can't get out there yet. In order to get out there, you have to crawl. You have to get there. You have to make it happen. You got to do these things. How do you do those things? By standing in the present. Because God can't speak to you while you're in the future. How he's going to tell you what your next step is if you are already in the future? You're already dealing with anxiety. Anxiety is future. We reel that in. Deal with the present. That's when God can speak to you, when you're in the present. Then you can be in his presence. Then he can speak. So he can tell you what step you need to take. He can't tell you what next step you need to take if you're already in the future. Because that means you done already took the steps to get there. That means that you done already took all the wrong turns, left turns, right turns, and you back at square one. Have you guys noticed that when you're doing something or when you're working on something, right, what happens is, it's like you do all this and all of a sudden you back at square one. You did all this, bought all these houses, there's different things, invested in all these things, and then all of a sudden you lost it all and you're back at square one. Well, it's because you took all the shortcuts to get to where you needed to be, because those are the things that you were supposed to have because it's part of your abundance that's attached to you. Those are the things that you're supposed to have. It's just that you decided to take your own road and then you took the left when you were supposed to take the right. You chose your own navigation. See, you went back on MapQuest and printed out your own directions when we on Google Maps. We on Apple Maps. That's get updated regularly. But you on MapQuest. And since you don't went on MapQuest, you don't went all the long way to get where you needed to be just so it can bring you back to the start. And the start is starting with God telling you where you needed to go. It is very hard when you're in the flesh. But at the same time, we all say, it's our flesh, it's our flesh, it's our flesh. Okay, yeah. I feel you. It is. But at the same time, if we don't look within ourselves, right, and be able to be honest with ourselves. See, that's where the flesh come in. You got to be honest with yourself. Nobody, let me tell you how fake you are. I don't know if it's for everybody, but it happened to me. I had to realize how fake I was because my flesh is telling me something, but me, I'm in charge of me. I'm in charge of my flesh. I'm in charge of all of this right now, right? My flesh telling me that I'm not good enough, and I did not rebuttal him. I went along with it. When it's my spirit in there the whole time, like, yo, what you mean? What you talking about me for? Because the spirit is me, right? The spirit is like, why you talking about me like that? I am all that. I got it going on. But I'm agreeing with my flesh. My spirit is who I am, right? But because I couldn't keep it real with myself. You see, when my spirit was telling me who I was and whose I was and what my purpose was. But my flesh, because of the generational curses and what people have told me who I was all these years, or because I'm trying to fit in, I change up who I am. I never let the real me show up. And the reason being, I knew that if the real me showed up, it was going to be a lonely road for me because everybody's going to disconnect from me because I am that chick. I always just made myself smaller to make other people feel better. I've dated people that's not in my league to make them feel better. I never wanted anyone to feel like, okay, she's too good for me, or I don't want to be. No, we do that. We date people, we talk to people, and sometimes I'm like, now what was I doing even talking to this type of person? Thank you for the follow. But sometimes it wasn't that the fact that I had low self-esteem, it's just that my spirit knew the spirit in that person. But the problem with that person is they didn't know who they were. So if one of us is trying to be high vibrational and one of us is still low vibration, hey baby, low vibration, then what? It's not going to match. But if we both low vibrational, guess what happened when you low vibrational with the person that you're supposed to be with, or the person that you can see, but at the same time they can't see. Like they want to be with you, but then the insecurities, that's what happened. All the insecurities come. You become insecure about this and you become insecure about that. This person feel this type of way. You feel this type of way. And the whole time you looking at yourself like, oh, I'm not good enough for this person. And the whole time the person is looking at you saying, oh, I ain't good enough for her. And this, that, and the third, y'all going back and forth looking crazy as hell together. But y'all low vibrational, so y'all got something in common. But y'all cannot get to the next step until one or both of y'all decide to be the best version of yourself. And sometimes, ladies, guess what? It takes you to go heal. Let's talk about that healing. It takes you to go heal for that man to come in and feel good about himself. Because when you raise your vibration, right? When you raise your vibration, it brings him in. And when it brings him in, he's going to come in nose wide open. You ever heard them? Boy, that girl got your nose wide open. They nose sitting there spread like hell, and they come floating in because they don't even know what's going on. They in the inside, they feeling the type of way. In the inside, they know something ain't right, but they know they need to come to you because God is sending them to you. Right? All they know is that something is happening. Something is happening because of you. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So if that's your husband or if that's your man, I don't like talking like this, but at the same time, if them your peoples, then you got to do the work. And ladies, when you do the work, he will come. When you do the work, he will show up. It's just that when he show up, what are you going to do? Are you going to treat him like he treated you? Well, if you still low vibrational, that's exactly what you're going to do. And guess what's going to happen then? You're going to spin yourself back down in a frenzy of low vibration and you're never going to grow. Neither one of y'all. So let's talk about that healing. So as I talk about the women and the men, right? The men, the women, we go heal, right? We go heal. When we heal, we go inward and we heal. We heal what's inside of us. We heal our heart. People think like, oh, you got to get your heart broke so you can heal. That's not what it is. You go within, you heal you to become the better version of you. You start seeing things about yourself that you don't like. You start being honest with yourself and saying, hey, you know what? I don't like this. This ain't good for me. This ain't the best version of me. I'm going to make some tweaks. I'm going to cut off everybody and everything. And I'm going to go within and I'm going to open up my Bible because that's usually how it go with women. We open up our Bible, we become very spiritual because that's what God wants us to do anyway. So we come within and we start understanding who we are, what our purpose is. And then guess what happened? The men, they start thinking like, wait a minute, I ain't heard from such and such. Then they start seeing your social media, which is totally a little bit different. They can't do it the same. But guess what that man started doing? The one that's for you, guess what he started doing? He started looking at himself saying, you know what? Coach, not working out. I'm going to start working out too. Yeah, I'm going to work out. He don't know why he doing it. He don't know why he doing it because remember, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. So now he's sitting around like, you know what, I'm going to go work out too because I'm looking good. I'm feeling real good too, but I'm feeling like this. But now he's working out. But see, the women now are looking at him like, oh, okay, I see you. But he don't see them. Because he's too worried about you. And the more you heal and you go inward and heal, you're causing him to heal. When a man starts healing, this is what it looks like. He ain't doing the things that he used to do. Everything on the outside is healing. Men know how to heal on the outside. Women heal on the inside. Listen, I'm sorry if I'm yelling. You guys turn your volumes down because, sometimes I get tone deaf. I was in the military. I got problems with my ears as well. So, sometimes I don't know. So please turn your volume down. I'm not trying to yell. So hear me out though. As he's healing on the outside, thank y'all so much for the follow, the shares. I ask that you continue to follow and share. As he's healing on the outside, you'll start noticing that he's not hanging around his buddies anymore. He's not going to the club as much as he used to. He's not doing these dumb things that he used to. He's starting to really look at the type of clothes that he's wearing. He's starting to try and figure all these different things out on the outside. He started trying to make himself look muscular and better on the outside. But that woman, she's on the inside. Because, as women, we're pretty anyway. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you look like somebody done kicked rocks and made gravel. You're beautiful. Always remember that. And the reason why women are beautiful because we can bring life into this world. We can make some transformations happen. We can heal a man that everybody, when you get that man, they like, how did she get him? How did she get him to change? Because that's the power of a woman. But anyway, we'll talk about it another time. So then that man, he started changing on the outside, getting himself together. Now, y'all going to come back together. And when y'all come back together, because both of y'all are healed, he's going to understand and see like, you know what? Oh, I was a dog ninja for that. I played her. It's going to hurt him. But see, they haven't healed the inside because they don't know how. Men don't know how to heal emotionally on the inside because most of them are not emotionally intelligent. That's the job of the woman. So this is how it goes. This is why there's Adam and Eve. So let's talk about it. So now that man, he has healed on the outside. That woman, now they meet. That woman has healed on the inside. And guess what happened? As I keep teaching this is it. This is the woman. This is the man. It fits right there. He protects her outside because she has not healed on the outside because she's getting attacked left and right. She still don't understand why she's getting attacked. But that's his job, is to heal and shield her. And her job is to go inward and heal his emotional side. So therefore, she's the protector of his heart. See, she came from his rib. So she is the part that is supposed to protect him, and he is to protect her outside. So therefore, you can't come and attack her anymore. She's not sitting around saying like, well, I hope this don't happen. Well, I'm afraid of this, and I don't want this, because he's there and he done protected her in this type of way. Who gonna come for her? Now he's her red-nosed pit bull, and she's that blue-nosed pit bull that's on the inside. Do you understand? So you guys, all y'all that's been following this twin flame journey, this what we described as not a twin flame. In order to understand what your twin flame is, it's on the inside of you. Man, it's on the inside of you. Woman, it's on the inside of you. It's your yin and yang, which is your masculine and your feminine energy. You tame that. You heal that. Then you'll become one with yourself, so you can meet the divine counterpart that God got you. Now, I don't know how we got on all of that, but let's reel this thing back in and back into love. In this season, this is what we're going to teach is love. I guess that was for somebody that needed to hear. Somebody put somewhere in the chat if it was for you, because this is not where I was going with this. What I wanted to talk about is love, okay? Learning how to love yourself. In this season, we're not doing the selfishness anymore. In this season, everybody is like, me, I want. You're going crazy trying to give a gift to somebody. You're going crazy trying to do something for this person and that person. And what about you? You know what they do to you? They tell you thank you, and that's supposed to heal you. And that's supposed to make you excited like you made them excited. That's supposed to make you feel a way like you made them feel a way, because they say thank you. No. No, that's not how that goes. Stop giving gifts. Send out some love. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what my Christmas looked like. I didn't buy not one gift. My little niece, I sent something for her. She's 4. I don't get to see her. I got a 12 and a 17-year-old. They decided to go spend Christmas somewhere else. Great. Guess what? And the reason being is because my children, whatever they ask for, they're going to get anyway. Whatever you want, son, you're going to get anyway. But one thing about my kids is when I ask them, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Nothing, we good. Tawana, thank you. Happy holidays to you too. So I don't have to. They don't expect like, okay, well, mom, well, my mom, no, because I didn't raise them that way. See, I told you I broke the generational curses of, the poverty. But what I refuse to do is throw another curse on the curse that I just broke, meaning that, oh, we gonna win. We ain't being in poverty no more. I'm gonna give you everything and we gonna have the best of it. I didn't do that. What I did was taught them how to be humble. Hold on, guys. Stay right there. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. I'm just gonna close this door real quick, okay? Yes. So the thing was, exactly, my 14-year-old knows what's important. That's right. That's right. The thing is, listen, it's not about what I can give you. Anytime, I don't care if it's Christmas, birthday, I don't care what it is. Whenever you get in a situation that every time you see a person is what I can get from you, you disconnect immediately. Because in this season of love and learning to love yourself and be the best version of yourself, how can you grow if it's always someone that's going to make you feel bad because you didn't give to them? I stopped feeling bad a long time ago. And the reason why I stopped feeling bad, it wasn't a long time ago. It was last year. It was last year. I stopped feeling bad because it is not my job to take care of any and everybody. See, I had to learn how to use my discernment. I had to learn when, who God sent my way and who I'm supposed to help and who I'm not supposed to help. See, my thing was God sent, if you came to me, God sent you. I never wanted to mistreat anyone. I never wanted to make someone feel, a certain type of way. So I would do everything to try and make sure I can help and take care of other people. No, that's not how they go. That's not my job. My job is to be who I am. And that's your job. Going into this new year, this new season, this new you, whatever you want to call it. And I love you. I love that he did, Key. In this new season, in this new year, what I need everyone to understand is that it's about you. We're not being selfish. We're not being self-centered. We're being self-focused. We're being self-focused, okay? Hold on, let me get this one right. Uh-oh. Let me get this one right because this is not a hate site. We're not doing that. We're not gonna do that because, and the reason why we're not doing that, and another thing is, I don't like people when people write things in the chat, and then they'll say the same thing over and over. You got to look at everything is a curse that comes off your tongue. So if you repeat it and you're reading it and repeating it, do you understand? There's some evil people out here, and this is not the site where we're going to discuss and debate, who did what to what and what. Because we have our own arguments of how we got over here to America. This platform is about how are we going to move forward with learning to love ourselves and be the best version of ourselves. And that is one of the most important things for me coming on this whole TikTok live and platform, period. I'm not a social media chick. Not at all. But I refuse to waste my time to speak about nonsense. I'm going to always teach. I'm going to always show. And the reason why that is so important, because that's part of my purpose. And if I don't act in my purpose, then what's going to happen is I'm going to fail you. And if I fail you, now I'm accountable for that. Remember how I just said, that's not my job to do this, that, and the third for that person. My job is not to make sure that but this here is my job, to make sure that I'm always presenting the best version of me to you. Because that way, if you want to learn how did I get to where I get, then you're going to learn that, my God, this is who I went to. This is who got me to where I am. See, I wasn't always right here. So if I tell you my story, because all you see is my glory, but if I was to tell you my story, would you really believe it or understand it or want to really understand it? Or would you just want to just listen just because it's a good story to listen to? So your testimony is not for everybody. Your testimony is for the ones that God sent to you and for you. And so when I tell people my story of how did I get here? See, I had to go through some things. People think that I didn't go through anything. See, they don't know my story, but they see my glory. People think that, it was given to me. People think, she got married and that's how it was. Did she get it through a divorce? She must have grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth. How about if I told you none of those things happened to me? Well, she wrote a book. Well, if she got to, have the hookup or the link up. No, I didn't. There was no loans. There was no nothing. It was my money that I put into this to make sure that I can be successful in helping the next person. See, I took me out of it. And when you take you out of it and you just focus on what your purpose is, see, my purpose is to help people. So when I took me out of it, and some days it was real hard because I'm staying up late at night writing a book. I'm writing workout programs. I'm doing all these different things, and it has nothing to do with me because I'm fine. I'm already doing my workout. I'm already got the shelf that I'm trying to teach you how. I'm already doing the self-love healing that I'm teaching you how. And sometimes I get frustrated, but that was the enemy because I had to remember what my purpose was. See, this is my purpose. It's to help you. And when you get to that point that you understand nothing is about you. Nothing that you do is about you. And once again, you guys, like to have a one-on-one session. Yes. Inbox me, please, Wilson. Nothing is about you. Everything is about God getting the glory. And if he can't get the glory, then you are out of alignment. That means that you're operating on your own will. If I can't do what I'm supposed to do my job, and he's not getting the glory, that means that I'm operating out of my own alignment. So that means it's a problem. Something is wrong. And that means I need to reconnect. So if I told you that, hey, I ended up being very successful. I ended up doing all these different things, and I did not graduate from high school, and I got kicked out of high school. I was always fighting. I was always in something. See, people don't believe that. They just look at and see who I am today. See, who I am today is everything that happened to me back then. See, I didn't want to continue to be that person. And being that person made me be of nothing. It made me not want to have a drive. When I was that person, I became a product of my environment. But what happens when you decide to be the flower that's growing in the old stinking rotten with all the weeds, and you decide to, hey, I'm going to lean to the left a little bit and get some sunlight so my sprout can grow this way. So therefore, more flowers can grow on my stem because my stem is getting more light. See, I chose to be that one flower, that one stem to go to the right and get more sunlight shined on me. So therefore, I can produce good fruit. Because if I would have stayed right here jumbled up with all the weeds tearing me down, then I would not be able to stand here today and have written this book for you guys. And if you haven't got it, please go on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble. It is Trinity Walk to Self-Love. This is to help you on a guideline on your self-love healing. I would not be who I am today. My oldest son told me, he said, well, he's 17. And listen, you guys, he graduated early. December 20th was his exit date, from high school. And he turned 17 in August. But at the same time, listen, I said, well, son, what you want to do? He said, Mama, I just want to move. I want to get my own apartment. And, I'm listening to him. I hear you, son. I hear you. He was like, but I want to move to another state. Not just another state, but a couple of states away. Thank you, baby boss. A couple of states away. I'm like, well, son, you don't know nobody there. He said, but Mama, you did it. You moved us. We don't know nobody. You did fine. Well, Mama, you raised us by yourself. It was no family. It was no nothing. I know I can do it. You did it. I know I can do it. Aha moment. I said, man, that's what I'm talking about, setting the standards. I broke a generational curse and created a whole nother, standard for the bloodline. My son believed in me. See, the whole time while I'm going through life and I'm going with my ups and downs and I'm going with my stresses of life because I'm raising them by myself, and I'm not by myself. They have a father now. The father, if I called him, he help out or whatever. So that's not the case. I'm talking about in my house every day, waking up, there's school, there's a stomach ache, there's this, that, and third. You guys know what I'm talking about. Going through that every day. And my son seen my hard work, and now they see the fruits of our labor. They're living in it. We are blessed. Yes, we are blessed, but yet still humble. I'm that type of person, and I still go into projects and hang out because I'm not too good for nobody. But I'll also go to the White House and hang out and fit right on in because of the fact this is where I am and this is who I am. Do you understand? So I teach them to be humble. Humble. Because just the same way we got it, just that quick, it could be gone. Then what? Because you have the ones that got everything right and they just sit around and they act real flashy. Let me explain something to y'all. One or two things let me explain to you. So this is how it goes. The ones that you see with all the flashy this and the flashy that. The ones you see with the flashy this and flashy that, guess what? They got the fancy clothes on and they got the fancy purse on and they ain't got $100 in their purse. Do you understand? They got the fancy car but can't fill the tank up. They got the fancy car but they can't take it home to put it in the driveway. See, they got the fancy clothes and everything, but they don't have a house to house all those fancy clothes. Do you understand? So if you're sitting around looking at them saying, man, those are goals, when you got your goals messed up. Because people that think that being rich, like that is the goal, to be rich, you got to understand what rich is. See, when you're rich in what you have, rich in love, rich in peace, rich in joy, you are already richer than the richest. So you have the billionaires and the millionaires. They got all this money, but guess what? You hear them talking about they depressed. You hear them taking themselves out. You see or hear all these different things. And that's because they're not rich in spirit. See, when you're rich in spirit with me, I'm rich in spirit. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm peaceful. Financially, guess what happened? I became financially blessed because I'm not focused on that. It started coming to me because I am the abundance. See, when you understand and know who you are, whose you are, and what your purpose is, your abundance say, yes, now we can float on to her. See, the abundance is attached to you. The blessings are attached to you. Everybody around you get to feed off of you. You know that song, as I always say, that song, everything attached to me when? Well, guess what? I don't like that song. However, I used to love that song until I started looking at it in a different way. Because everything that attached to me, yes, they did win. Everybody was winning. Because I am the abundance. But guess where it left me? Dry. Sad. Energy gone. Because everybody's sucking the life out of me. They sucking the life out of me because they're able to attach to me. But how about if I told you that you don't let people attach to you? No. We're not doing that in this season. You attach. And the people that you attach to will win. That means that you're carefully looking at people's resume. And you're looking at them saying, okay, are you worth being my friend in my circle? Because you got something to give. I don't care if you got $0 in your bank account. As long as you peaceful in your life and you can show love. Honey, child, I ain't seen you in a long time, child. I ain't seen you in a long time. So welcome back. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the follow. But if you rich in spirit, then you pick and choose who you want to attach to. Everybody can't attach to you. Listen, why would I want to attach to people that's going to mistreat me? Does that sound crazy? As we say, desirable and undesirable. I'm not going to attach myself to anything that's undesirable. Why would I want to attach myself to somebody? Listen, this is how it went before. When they attached to you, they got all the advice for you. They got all the advice for you. They could tell you everything. Their life tore the hell up. They could tell you everything. And you listen to them. No, that's very undesirable. That's very low vibrational. Why would I want to listen to somebody that I don't want to be like? So will you attach to somebody that you don't want to be like? I really want you to look at that. What does that really look like? I'm attaching to somebody that I want nothing to do with. I don't think your life is exciting at all. I don't think nothing about you is good at all. I'm going to attach to you? No. And that's when you're learning to love yourself. You're not going to attach to anyone. Yes. Well, I'm glad, honey child. I'm glad. Stop allowing people to attach to you. Stop allowing people. Listen, people scope you out. Let me tell you something. People scope you out. Well, if you don't understand who you are, let me help you understand who you are. Listen, your spirit is so amazing. Your spirit is so amazing that the spirit in them already see you. The spirit in them is already scoping you out, whether it's a good spirit or bad spirit. See, when you start knowing who you are, let me explain something else to you. When you start knowing who you are and start operating in your purpose, guess who your next friend become? You become well respected by the enemy. Well respected. They still gonna try you now. But if you speak to that enemy, so let me give you an example. Let me use me as an example. The guy was probably about 6'2", 6'3", 200 something pounds, almost 300 pounds, big dude, like Suge Knight, big dude. And he would go around just bullying everybody. I am 5'4". I just hit 140 pounds. You can't tell me I ain't thick. We'll talk about that another time, right? And this joker always felt like he could just throw his weight around. He talk to people any kind of way. He do that and the third, and people comply, and people just fall in and they just do what they want. This, that, and the third. But I understand who I am and whose I am. Now, he could have, but he didn't. Because I'm not scared of you. And it's not that I'm not scared of him. It's the spirit in him that I'm authorizing, that I'm telling. I'm an authority. I authorize what's going to happen, what your spirit is going to do to me. You're not about that life. You can't handle me spiritually. I'm too powerful. So I shut it down. This guy goes off with his tail tucked. Listen, it had nothing to do with I'm so tough. I made him cry. I'm so tough. And no, because I commanded the spirit in him. And that's how you have to do with people. The spirit always sits around and wait on you. It looks. You know those girls that sit around when you come in the gym and you done minding your own business. You ain't thinking about them. You already done walked in the gym and you already think about what am I going to eat. You worried about other stuff. But it's a group of girls that's looking at you sideways because the spirit in them already knew that you were coming. See, your spirit shows up first. Your spirit already showed up and introduced you. Came in like, hey, yo, everybody in the gym, calm down. Because it's your hype man. Your spirit's your hype man. Was like, hey, Coach Now on the way up in here. And pipe down. I know y'all about to get in y'all feelings, but oh well, that's your fault. That's a you problem, not a her problem. Okay? Roll out the red carpet. Here she come. Then I come through the door. Man, in my business. And then your spirit has already told you and convinced you don't like her. Go start some stuff with her. I'm just using this as an example. This has not happened to me. I'm just using an example. Maybe it did happen, but I'm not supposed to go there. But anyway, listen. So you decide to try and poke the bear. Well, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Because when you go poking the bear, sometimes you get poked back. And that poke back don't feel good at all. You look at it as it's not fair at all. Well, this is not a fair poke because I didn't even poke you that hard. But you done knocked me out. So that's a you problem, not a me problem. So your spirit already know who you are. Their spirit already know who you are. So their spirit is already going to try and cause chaos. Have you ever seen or been in a situation, women, that you were minding your own business and here come this dude? You ain't even thinking about dating. You don't want nothing to do with this dating. Nothing. And here he come. Because he in his mind, in his mind, which is his mind is his spirit. His spirit done already told him, hey, we definitely can't get with her. She's definitely better than us. She got her stuff together. This is not for us. But we're going to go over there anyway. Because maybe. Now they get on over there and you minding your own business. Minding our own business. Ain't thinking about dating. And then this guy come. And when he come, the spirit in him, it done got real jazzy. His spirit done got real like, hey, I'm here. What's up? And it's like, it seemed familiar. It makes you feel comfortable. Like, he's easy to talk to because it's that familiar spirit. Because what done happened is the spirit told him, hey, we not good enough for her. But if I call all my cousins over here, let's get the familiar spirit over here. Let's get that one energy that she like. Let's get that one. We all gonna gang up and we gonna go over there. And then you get with him and it turns out to be a nightmare. And it turns out to be like, what was I thinking? I seen all the red flags. But you seen that one green flag? Thinking that, I was minding my business. God said my divine counterpart was just gonna fall out the sky. So there it is. Now some of y'all got to pay for it for the rest of y'all life because y'all done had babies with them. It's a familiar spirit. Hold on, let me fix my puzzle. Let me make my puzzle. Same way with men. Man, you minding your own business. You ain't trying to find nobody. You ain't doing nothing. And the woman shows up. The representative shows up. The woman don't show up. The representative shows up. She shows up. And you sitting there like, man, she all right. You know, she laughed at all my jokes. Your jokes was corny, bruh. She had a motive. You know, that one chick gonna laugh at all your jokes. Matter of fact, you can laugh up out of drawers. You can do all that. But you're not that funny. It's something that she need. And you fell for the okie doke. You went in because you seen that one green flag. She was able to sit back and watch football with you and not chatter all day. Well, she liked football. Or she grew up with nothing but brothers. She grew up with nothing but, watching football. She know nothing but that. So she understands in this moment, this is when women shouldn't talk because this is what men like. See, she done did all the studying. Now you done got with her. Now you broke. You bought her a house, and so for some reason, out of the divorce, you don't get the house. It's that familiar spirit. It's that spirit that tries to make you feel comfortable. It's another trick of the enemy. See, that familiar spirit only comes when you start growing. It doesn't come when you're in the low vibration. Because you'll fall for anything in low vibration. In low vibration, you'll fall for anything. You'll fall for whatever okie doke there is. But when you're growing, the familiar spirit shows up. Like, yo, I'm in here. And guess what? We all fall for it. We do. We do. But it's when you fall for it, will you let it go? Some people, they stick with that because in your growing process of your healing process, you get to a level and you cap out and you're okay with that. See, whenever you become comfortable, that's when the enemy say yes. Hey, Sonia, that's when the enemy say yes. I got her. Because he can come with all tricks. If you change who you were, he's going to keep trying till he figure out this new you because you capped yourself out. See, when you don't cap yourself out and you keep going, it messes with him. It bothers him really bad. And the reason why it bothers him really bad because you keep changing. You keep evolving. You keep going. You keep going into your higher self. See, you keep growing and he can't understand it. But when you cap yourself out in your comfort zone, that's when you tell the enemy, okay, not it. You start playing the tag game again. Okay, you have a good one, okay? Happy holidays. So, in this season, this is like I said, in this season, what are we doing? We're learning how to love. This is it. I don't want y'all going into another year or another day without the whole thing of love. Nothing but love. Everything that you operate and you do should come from a place of love. We're not doing this whole, I know you love me. You only love me because I give you a good gift. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. I don't care about what gifts I give you. Matter of fact, I'm not giving you a gift. I'm going to give you some of this love. Come and give me a hug. That's what you're going to get from me. It's not about, these holidays are not about, you got New Year's coming up, right? This is y'all New Year's, ain't my New Year's. But y'all got New Year's coming up, and what's going to happen? Everybody's going to get into the whole, what we going to wear, what we going to party in, what we going to do this, what we going to do that. Let me ask y'all something. Let's take this serious. Let's take this real serious. So going into a new year. If you're going into a new year, which is you're transforming into a newer version of you. You're transforming into, kind of like we're going to say we're doing the whole jumping timelines. You're going into something different, right? Why would you want to go into it at a club with any and everybody? Why would you want to go into something new with alcohol and out of your mind drunk? Why would you want to go into it with a person that you don't even like? Why would you want to do this countdown with a person that drives you crazy? How does that go? 10, 9, and I'm standing next to somebody that when I wake up, I don't like your face. Matter of fact, I don't like you standing next to me. Something is wrong with you. I don't like the way you chew or you eat. I don't like the way that you breathe. Look, I'm fixing to go all the way into something else. But listen, but what I'm trying to say is, why would I want to stand and go into a new year, a new timeline with somebody that is just not for me? Because what that's telling me is I'm going into this new timeline with hatred, with envy, with jealousy, being provoked. I'm going into this new timeline frustrated. I'm going into this. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm setting up my new year, my new timeline to be a hot damn mess. I would never. Couldn't be me. I would never. You're not going into the new year or my new timeline with me. My new timeline is all about me. I want it to be. So what do I want it to look like? I want it to look like love. I want it to look like peace. I want when people see me, they see love. They see peace. I want when people see me in this timeline, I want them to say, you know what? I want to know more about that timeline. I want to invite people onto my timeline that is all about growing, reaching back, helping others, learning how to attach to people and not allowing people to attach to them. I want people that's going into my timeline to understand who they are, whose they are, and what their purpose is. I want the same type of vibration. I want us to all be on high vibration, that I don't have to worry about offending you because I'm doing good, because I woke up this morning and I'm feeling real good. I don't want you to be frustrated for that. Thank you for the roses. That's the timeline I'm on. So why would I do a countdown with somebody that's low vibrational? I don't care if you're my family. That's cute. You're looking good, family, but you're not standing next to me doing a countdown because you still about that life and I'm not. Because if I allow you into my timeline, you're going to cause frustration, anger, and anxiety. You're going to cause all these problems for me. Y'all, thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the comments. I ask that you share, follow, continue to rock with your girl. You are more than welcome, Keith. But listen, we all want a relationship. Now, I be kind of bipolar about it because I'm like, I want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. Yeah, I want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. Because I start thinking about my timeline and I'm like, I like my timeline. I like this path that I curved out for myself. See, the problem was all this time, my yellow brick road began to look like everybody else's yellow brick road. But I realized that I don't have a yellow brick road. Mine's is pink and it's cute. What the hell I'm doing on the yellow brick road for? Fighting witches and stuff. Trying to find a way to get home. When mine's is pink. This type of music, we all just having a good time on mine. I'm skippity-doo, my darling, on my pink timeline, on my pink brick road. See, that's the problem. I decided to get off the yellow brick road, and I chose to get on my brick road. And when I got on my brick road, I realized that, hey, I'm happy here. I attach to the people that I want on my brick road because I know how to attach those type people. That means those are the same high vibrational people. These are not my yes ma'ams or my, won't tell me when I'm wrong. These are the people that's growing just like I am. Those are the people that's on my pink brick road. Yes, and we percolating down the road. See, that's what I'm looking for. So how dare I go out and date somebody on the yellow brick road? I don't want you. Your road's stupid. I know what's gonna happen on your road. You about to meet these make-believe friends, the tiger, the lion, and the tin man, and all these made-up people, and all these little people, and all these different things. See, this is all a hot mess, and you gonna meet the witch over here. And the good witch is trying to turn you against all the other witches because she ain't bold enough to do it, so she's tricking you to do all her dirty work. So I don't want you. Because y'all weird over there. I'm going to go somewhere else and allow that. See, when God bring them to the brick road that I'm on, right? I'm going to see him. He's going to see me. See, it's not about the physical. Our spirits will see each other. That's when it feels like that fairy tale. Yes, weird. It feels like that fairy tale of, oh, it just seems so weird. And you always want to throw that relationship away because it don't sound right. That don't sound right. This relationship don't sound right. Something is wrong. It's just too good to be true. And they say if it's too good to be true, then it ain't true and it ain't this. No, that's something that you said. You decided to say, hey, if it's too good to be true, that means it ain't true. And then therefore your negative thoughts make it not true. And then you sit around later and thinking about, dang, man, I mistreated that person. That was my person. I didn't even give that person a chance because of the fact somebody told you on your yellow brick road that if it's too good to be true, then it ain't right then. But yet you believing in a doggone tin man skipping down the doggone brick road with you and you his best friend. But God bring you what you need and you throw that away. That can't be real. Come on, tin man. No. You know what I call both of y'all? Weird. Weirdos. Go over there. You have to be tapped in spiritually to understand who you are, whose you are, and what your purpose is. And it's only then when God will bring your other half to you so that you can identify who he is spiritually. He's not going to bring him to you if you can't even identify and discern the spirit of who God is, his voice from your voice, his voice from the enemy's voice, his spirit from the enemy's spirit. Why would he do that? Because you're going to mess it up every time. Because it somehow becomes your job to just mess it up. I don't know. You become real good at messing up the relationship because you get in your head from what your family told you, all your life of why it's supposed to be this way or why I'm with this man. Oh, well, if he paying the bills, if that man paying the bills, that's a good man. Savannah, be with him. No, that's not a good man. He just pay the bills. Can you pay your bills? I'm like Dora now. Can you pay your bills? No. If you can't pay your bills, sweetheart, or sir, you don't need to be with nobody. You need to be priority is stuck on yourself, fixing you. Because nobody, not a man nor a woman, should be joining any relationship and cannot bring anything to the table. Ladies, what you gonna bring to the table? That twat? And get that from somewhere else. And half of them don't want that no more. Men, what you bring to the table? Your third leg? And they make flower petals for that. Yeah, whatever it's called. What is the rose thing? They make those things. Shut up. You bring some money? That's going to be gone, okay? And after that's gone, then what? Everybody's bringing something to the table, but ain't nobody bringing what's important to the table, which is love. See, love will pay. Love. When they say love don't pay bills, well, yeah, it does. That's what I'm talking about, coolest. Listen, you said that as soon as I said what I said, that came across. Yes, people, love don't bring. Yes, love do. Love is God. That's why when they said everyone will know who I am and know my name, everyone will call me by my name. His name is love. God is love. And before he come, everybody will know and understand what love is. That's why y'all got Coach Nye. Auntie Nye right here. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Whether you listen to it or not, that's on you. I don't care. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to fight with you. And I'm not going to say, well, God is, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to be who I am. And see, that's another thing about people. And that's another thing about people. People have to understand. You fighting and arguing with someone, you're trying to prove your point to someone, and it gets you nowhere but frustration. And frustration, that's the enemy. That's the enemy. You've just invited the enemy in. So if you were to disagree with anything, hey Vaughn, if you were to go against anything that I say, I'm not going to converse back and forth to prove my point to you, because what I'm doing, once I converse with you on that topic, I just invited the enemy in. And when the enemy come in, boy, that don't get open. They be like, hey yo, come on. Come on. He bringing in frustration. He bringing in anxiety. He bringing in anger. He's bringing in rage. He's bringing in all these different people. He's bringing in all these different spirits, and they all about to come in and cause some chaos. So this is what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go back and forth. You're not supposed to go back and forth. It is not your job to force someone to like what you like or to believe in what you believe in. Your job is to be who you are. And people should say, look at you, and they should want to be like you, be in the mindset like you, get to the level you got to, get an understanding. I want to know, how did you do it? That's how that should go. It's not me to turn around and say, well, this is how I did it. This is why a lot of people don't go to the house of prayer anymore. This is why I call it the house of prayer, because we are the church. So let's get that right. Thank you for the follow. Listen, they don't go because, you get to holier than thou. I'm the evangelist. I'm the deaconess. I'm the deacon. I'm the pastor. I'm the pastor's wife. I'm the first lady. Everybody got a clique. So everybody want to hang out with the first lady. Everybody, because, she's the leader. So everybody want to be close to the leader. But what is she leading? See, she's the popular one. Let's take it back to school. She's the popular one. So everybody want to be attached to her. Then you got the usher there. Ain't nobody really thinking about her, but, because all she do is hold the door and hand out flyers. And now she mad because she walking around with the tissue telling you to spit the gum out, put it in the tissue. If you don't go back to that door and hold that door to make sure don't nobody else come in, because your rules say that while the pastor's talking, nobody should be able to get up and walk out. Don't tell me what to do. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So, but you have those ones when you go into their house of prayer, they want to tell you where you're wrong at. Oh, well, God ain't gonna like you. Oh, well, you like this. Oh, you too sassy. That means that, because the Bible says this, you can't be sassy. A man can't be sassy. A man can't be this. And a woman can't be this. And a this and that can't be that. Well, how about if everybody act like that, how they supposed to act, and set the example of how they supposed to set the example? Then we wouldn't have no sassy men out here. Or maybe we wouldn't have no hardcore women out here. Because if everybody just acted in the way that they were supposed to act and just be who they were supposed to be, then maybe we wouldn't have all this confusion out here. But that's not my problem to tell you who is what and how you're supposed to live your life. I don't care how you live your life. Your life is your life. And that's one of the things that I had to learn. Stay out of folks' business, because that's your business. You have to answer to somebody else. My job is to be me. My job is to walk in my purpose. My job is to speak. My job is to make sure that you're doing. No. Let me take that back. See, I already got it twisted. My job is to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And if you want to follow, then not to turn you away, and to gently teach you why or what it is that you're doing. Gently. Not coming off, that's a sin. You're going to hell. You're a sinner. No, that's not what I do. No. Now, you got a lot of people that want to be honest and they want to do things, and you do what you want to do. I'm going to tell you what Coach Nye is going to do. Coach Nye is going to be Coach Nye. Coach Nye is about to be Coach Nye. Meaning that I'm going to stand in my purpose, and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to teach you about love, how to love yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. How to make sure you got those three things. That's what I teach, the Trinity of fitness, the spiritual, mental, and the fitness. How to become the best version of yourself. How to make sure that I don't lead you astray. Thank you for the follow, love. With my ignorance. I don't want to ever use my platform for the next big thing. I don't want to use my platform for, I'm what is it? Social media famous. I'm social influencer. I'm not even into this, social medias. I can't even get the terms right. But I'm not into doing all that. My followers are going to be followers. That's just what it is. Not because I'm trying to fit in to gain followers. I'm not doing it. Just not going to do it. It's nonsense to me because my time is valuable, and you only understand about your time when you start healing. When you start healing and when you become healed in certain areas, because healing is a constant thing, when you start being the best version of yourself and operating under your purpose, you understand what time really means, because it's an illusion. But that time, my time, is valuable. My energy, my time and energy is like currency. I'm not just going to spend it just to be spending it. I'm not wasting my time to get on here to look foolish, whatever it is, the new trend or whatever it is. My time tonight is well spent because I'm spending it speaking words of encouragement, inspiring, with the intent for you to become a better version of yourself. That's my time. Y'all can have that time. But I'm not going to go back and forth if you decide to come on here and say this, that, and the third, or whatever it is that you want to say. I'm not doing that. It is so important for us to be the best version of ourselves. Thank you, Daryl, for the rose. Oh, thank you. But listen, also too, back to the dating thing. I get to the point that I want to date, and then I realize my time is so important. I'm fun. I'm actually the life of the party if you really get to know me. I don't show it to everybody. I don't. So many sides to me. If God tell me when this person come that I'm going to show this person, a lot of people judge me in the season that I'm in. So I could be in a season that I'm going through something and they meet me in that season, and then that's who I become to them. And then later on they come like, I didn't know you was that cool. I didn't know you liked to, I didn't know. And then they want to talk, and I don't want to talk to you. No. Because that was the season that God told me to, you sent you to me, and you were supposed to meet me in that season. You weren't supposed to judge me in that season. You were sent in that season. So if you was willing to walk away from me because you felt that I was down or depressed or this, that, and that, you already showed me who you were. So now I'm upright now. Now I'm being who I really am. I'm not going to allow you to enjoy this time with me. You're stupid. We're not doing that. No. So, you guys, another thing when it comes to the dating, do not go back and forth with people. Don't go back to the ones that mistreated you when you was down. Like, oh, you kicked me when I was down. You ain't want me when I was down. You ain't want me when I was down. Now I'm up. No, you don't do that. You continue to be who you is. Remember, you have to stay humble, because the same people that mistreat you, they're going to come back. God's going to bring them back. Now, what are you going to do when he bring them back? Are you going to mistreat them and treat them how they treated you? Matter of fact, what's so funny is they will come back with the same problems that you just went through. What are you going to do? This is part of the healing and the healing. And during the healing process, everybody's going to mistreat you. Everybody's going to mistreat you. Kind of like that Carrie movie. Everybody's going to laugh at you. Everybody's going to laugh at you. They're all going to mistreat you. This is going to happen. You trust and believe it. It's going to happen. But when you heal, those same people that laughed and joked and this, that, and the other, created a whole narrative about you, they're coming back with the odd face. And I just want you to sit just like one of those characters. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you. Sit just like the character. Just invite them and thank you. But you don't give in to them. You don't go to them and say, no, you did this. You don't do that. What you gonna do is you gonna smile and nod because you right, you up right now. Humbly. You right, you feeling good right now. Now you know who people really are. So don't tell me that you healed and then those same people that mistreated you, they back in the same spot where you kicked them out at. Yeah. So because if I see those same people that mistreated you and you brought them right back in and put them back in the same spot where they left, and you talking about they just do me so wrong. Well, that mean that you ain't healed. When you are healed, you got zero tolerance. Now you're never gonna mistreat people. I don't mistreat people. I'm gonna come back. I smile and I spin and grin. But the funniest thing to me is they'll come back as if they done did something, like they boss, like yeah, they got it like that. No, stupid. You just coming back because I'm not a bad person. You're not back. I'm just cool with you. I see. The fact is, you thought negatively, and I'm showing you positively. Meaning that, yes, you did some messed up stuff to me, but I don't hate you. And you're taking it, they can take it any kind of way. She can take it any kind of way that they want to take it. But at the end of the day, what you're showing them is, I don't hate you. But I got boundaries. You only coming around me with these boundaries. It's a leash on that. Man, Daryl, let me explain something to you, child. That was my motto. I ain't never backtracking. Child, backtrack. I sure did. I backtracked. And I was like, you know what? That's what I get. I had backtracked. I said, Lord, this is why I say I don't backtrack. And that's what I get. Because found myself in the same situation. Why was I expecting different? You treated me messed up then. Why would I think that you would treat me differently? How foolish of me. Yeah. Yes, Chef loved. Yes. Because of love. Yeah, but see, that was one of the things. So, story with me. So that was one of the things with me. I grew up, of course, y'all know, I was the only girl. I was a middle child. So I was a daddy's girl. And I was always put last. I was always told, when it came to looks, that I wasn't, cute. I wasn't pretty. I wasn't this because I was dark skinned. I was this. I was like, I didn't start getting breasts until, and I'm talking about women, y'all know that one little knot. I didn't get that until going into the 9th grade. So I was a flat chested little boy, that's how I looked at it, And see, all these things that people were saying to me to tear me down, I believed that. Yeah, I was the black sheep. And it was like, okay, nothing that I did was ever good enough. So I grew up with this whole stigma of, okay, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be this. Then I'm getting kicked out of high school. I'm getting into it with teachers. I'm getting into it with people because I feel like I got to be in defense mode. So therefore, I get you before you get me. So I'm going to give you attitude before you give me. I get a teacher all this attitude because in my mind, she looking at me like, oh, she's just a little ugly black girl, just looking down on me because it's been instilled in my head that I was just so messed up, right? So as I'm growing older, I'm coming into myself. See, I didn't know that I was the reason why I was seen the way that I seen myself, the way I see myself, because nobody can tell you anything only if you believe it. See, they could tell me I'm ugly, but if I believe it. See, if I didn't believe it, then that means I'm not ugly, right? So if they tell you got some people that's rappers, right? So ain't nobody told them that they can't rap, so they keep rapping when they don't sound good at all. The engineer should have took their mic. I don't know what the problem is, but they still rapping, right? But that's how life goes. So I accepted everything that a person told me. So now I go into my adulthood and I immediately, when I'm dating or someone see me, immediately I'm already thought with, and I done stopped it with he only talking to me because he want to do something with me. It's not because he liked me physically. So therefore, So therefore, I already went in with the insecurities, right? So as I go on and on until one day something happened. Something happened. I just said, hold on. Now, all these dudes can't just be wanting to do me. I mean, they probably do want to do me. I do me. But no. They got to be a little bit more than this. You know, I got some nice clothes. I do my makeup. Everybody complimenting me. People ain't complimenting me just because. I was like, wait a minute, some we might be on to something. These people are complimenting me and they don't know me. I got the meanest look on my face because if I go ahead and give them the mean look, that means that they won't talk to me, but they still trying to get to know me. And then I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute, your girl kind of fine here. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm on to something. It was all an illusion. It was an illusion that was put on me to keep me from being great. So all these years, I'm mad at my mom for teaching and saying these things to me. When it wasn't her at all. It was a spirit that was in her. See, I had to think about it. Why would a woman tell their daughter some mess like that? Well, here it is. It's so stupid. It's really stupid. Well, the thing was, so in their time, remember, they were capped out. They never learned anything more than that cap. Because in that cap, there's nothing more over that. Me, I chose to create a window. I chose to create an open ceiling in my world. Right? I chose to create that. So therefore, it got to be more than this because they keep telling us here in the 80s, I'm an 80s baby, when they said the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Remember reading Rainbow? Sky is the limit. So I created it. If they say the sky's the limit, then why am I in this brick building with no windows in the ceiling? So I chose to create a ceiling. I went up there, cut it out because I needed to see what's out there. I'm going to do what I want to do. So to keep me balanced and keep me at the low point, the things that were said were, you're not cute. You ugly. Because if I tell you you're cute, then you're going to go out there and be fast. If I tell you you're cute, you're going to be a teenage mama. If I tell you you're cute, you're going to start thinking you're fine and smelling yourself. You see? That's the ignorance. That's the cap. Not knowing what you were creating is you were, let's put it in layman's term, fucking up my life. You were messing my adult life all the way up, right? I had to realize that is what they were taught. And they, when they say, you can't teach an old man new tricks, when they set in their ways. See, y'all chose to sit in y'all ways. Y'all chose to be the generation of, well, the pastor said it, so we got to do it. Well, mom and granddaddy did it, so I got to do it. I did this because we got to do it. Because this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's been for years. And my generation came in and was like, no, we're going to do what we want to do. And it's only a few of us that stayed with that. Well, mama said, I don't care what mama said. Mama said, I don't care. I don't care because what she's saying is not matching my spirit. So I need to get out there and find out. And when I find out she's right, I got to come back and say, okay, you was right. But ain't nothing you said been right so far. But it was right only if I stayed capped. Do you understand? If I stayed capped, then it's right because I don't know anything else. I don't know what wrong is because this is right. And that's why you have to give people grace that was in your life that have, said things to you or did things to you. They only did it out of the mindset of where they are. They didn't know anything more or anything less. They only knew what it was at this level. And if you challenge them to go to another level, they immediately get afraid and they run back down to the low vibration. They don't understand what high vibration is, so they're never going to come up that way. You know what they're going to say? Oh, it's the crabs in the bucket. They keep pulling me down. Well, that's fine. That's cute and that's dandy. It looks really, really good in your handy dandy notebook. Get on out my face because I'm trying to get above that. See, the crab that gets out the bucket is not worrying about the crabs that's in the back that's constantly pulling on their leg. They only focused on, oh, something's on my leg, kick it out. And as I kick it off, then it's pushing me up. See, those are the crabs that get out the bucket. Only a few get out of the bucket. And those are the ones that step out of that old timeline and get into the new timeline because they're not afraid anymore. They're not afraid of what someone's going to do. When they grab my leg and try and pull me down, I don't look at it like, oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you for saving my life. No, I look at it like, man, get up off me. I got somewhere to go. You can't hold me down. I'm a whole beast by myself. How can you hold me down? No. So in the mix of when you're growing, that's how you have to constantly look at your life. You continue to go. It's going to be people that's going to try and pull you down. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for following. Thank y'all for sharing. I ask that y'all continue to like. There's going to be people that's going to constantly keep pulling you down. And what you have to do is not focus on them. You can't focus on anything they're doing. You can't have the self-doubt because it becomes self-sabotage. Only person that can make you feel a type of way is you. If you believe what this person say about you, then that's who you're going to become. If you believe that if you climb to the top of the bucket and they pull your leg and you believe like, oh yeah, I'm going too high up, then okay, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up back down there. But what if you break out of the matrix and say, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to create my own ceiling. I'm going to create my own timeline. I'm going to create my own brick road. And this brick road right here is all about me being happy. So in order for me to be happy, what makes me happy? So now I'm going to figure out everything that make me happy and I'm going to put it on my brick road. I don't care if it's a piece of cake. Cake make me happy. Guess what the trees are going to be made out on my brick road? It's going to be made of cake. That's what it's going to be. Hey, Peanut, if you don't want to be here, then find you somewhere else to go. It's an easy fix to that. And I think that's cute. But at the end of the day, you find what works for you and you put that on your brick road. You find what makes you happy and you put that on your brick road. And that's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. You don't put things on your road. You don't put things on your path that you don't want no part of. If you don't want no part of it, if it's undesirable, why do you want to be a part of it? Peanut is all right. I told you some people just special and it's okay. But that's the prime example of, the crab in the bucket. See, if I was to believe everything that he say or anybody else say, then I wouldn't be standing in my purpose and speaking. And that is the whole purpose of the brick road. If you're not happy on your road, then change it. So if you're not happy with what's going on this platform, then leave. If you're not happy about what's being said, then dismiss yourself. But do not attach yourself to things that is undesirable. If it's undesirable and you don't like it, then don't attach yourself to it. Do not put it on your brick road. Do y'all understand? In this season, this timeline that you're creating, we're not doing no New Year's resolution. We're not doing any of that. What we're going to do is we're going to create the best version of ourselves. We're going to create what we want our path to look like, what we want our journey to look like. And in order to create what we want our journey to look like, you have to put the things that your heart desire on that road and in that path. So if you have to disconnect from family, then okay. If you have to disconnect from friends, it's okay. If you have to disconnect from your children, then that's okay. I mean, I would hate to have to disconnect from my kids. I like them a lot. I love them. But no, those are my little dudes. But what I'm meaning is you have to get you right because you cannot serve anybody if you're not right. So I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow or whatever, or Christmas. I may come on because I want to be there for the ones that are going through in this season, because we lost some loved ones. We hurt thinking about them in this season of love. And what do? How do you handle those type of things? And that's why I want to make sure that I'm available for anyone that need it for this holiday. Okay. So as always, pour into yourself before you pour into others. Matter of fact, you shouldn't be pouring anything into others unless your cup is already filled and you can give them some of the overflow. Do you understand? That's what they get. Okay. If you haven't got your book, get your book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It is on Amazon. It is on Barnes & Noble. There's Walmart and a couple of other sites. Get your book, because we're going to be doing our book club in next month. So get your book. Get your book. I love you guys. I'm proud of you. Remember to pour into yourself and pour into others, you guys, and stay focused. This is your timeline. You created. What is your brick road going to look like? Okay? Coach Nye out. Bye.